Hello, good evening, Shabbat Shalom. If you recently celebrated Sukkot, then happy Sukkot. As you can see, I'm in a different location today. I wanted to try something new, my new table. And so today, we're going to be doing somewhat of a guided meditation, guided relaxation, a guided focus on intentions. And as always, we're going to start with lighting a candle. And so, I would like you to begin by taking a deep breath in and out. Take another deep breath in and out. And now I want you to look into the flame. Keep your eyes on the flame. Keep your head still. Just follow it with your eyes. Keep following it. Okay. And so what we're going to do today is I have 3 glass jars filled with water. They're my little Smucker's jars that I'm using. And so we're going to add colors to them, and then we're going to use these jars for setting an intention. Okay, and I think the colors I've selected for each theme, I hope that they make sense. So we're going to start with this jar. We're going to add blue to it. And if you hear outside noise, I hope that doesn't bother you too much. I'm filming in a slightly different location today. And so we have blue, red, and we have green, my favorite. Okay, so each of these jars are going to represent an idea, a virtue, something that you can use for setting an intention moving forward. And so I have some Hebrew names for what each of these represent. This blue jar is Shalom, which means peace. This red jar is Emet, which is truth. And this green jar is Hesed, which is grace. And so I'm going to move this over slightly. I want you to take one more deep breath in and breathe out. And so for this jar, Shalom, peace, I'm going to light a match and put it out. And when I put out the match, I want you to think about being at peace. And so, with this match out, I want you to think about being at peace with yourself, at peace with the way that things are. There are things that we can't control, and that sometimes we just have to let things be. I know particularly when I was younger, I often felt like I had to control things, to fix things, to always change the things that I'm critical of. And recently, when I went on a trip abroad with a group of people, I kind of learned how to just sometimes let things be, maybe be a little less judgmental, and just try to be at peace with myself. And so I hope by lighting the candle and lighting the match and putting it in this Shalom jar, that you will have Shalom and you will be at peace. The next jar, Emet, is truth. And so when I put the match out in this one, I want you to think about living honestly and being true to yourself. I think living honestly and being true to yourself can actually be very challenging, but it can be the most rewarding, and while it's challenging up front, I think in the end it ends up being easier, and you end up living a life that you can sign off on, that you can be okay with, that, I don't know, come Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur again, you can feel at peace. And so, with this match in this jar for Emet, I want you to think about being true to yourself and try to do that going forward, being authentic, being honest. It doesn't mean that you have to be brutally honest, but just be honest with yourself. Do things that line up with what you value. And so that is Emet. And so for this next one, we have Hesed, which is grace. And I'm going to light the match and put it out, and then I'll talk a little bit more about what I mean by grace personally. And so when I say grace, I think I'm really meaning like living a life of dignity and moving with grace and moving with a confidence and kind of a combination of shalom and emet, kind of like a combination of being authentic and at peace. If you can have peace and be at peace with things and not always try to change things and control things and not get so upset, and if you can live authentically and be honest with yourself and be true and do actions that line up with who you are and what you value, then you can move forward with grace and live a life of dignity. Now, I'm not saying these things are necessarily easy to do, but I think they're a good thing to have intentions for. We are going to end this setting of intentions by again bringing our focus to the flame. And so I want you to follow the flame again. Follow the flame. And I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that it helps you set intentions. Or at the very least, I hope it helps you relax. And so I'm going to say thank you and goodbye and blow up the candle. And may you be on your way with shalom, emet, and hesed. Todah, להתראות.